Hi, welcome to Leadership Corner. I'm Dr. John Beiter, Executive Coach and Psychologist. And today I'm going to start off by reading a story from one of my favorite books by Tom Morris, If Aristotle Ran General Motors. This is about communications and what can get in the way of communications and how effectively we can communicate. And more importantly to this story is how directly do we need to communicate. So let me read the story. You may have heard about the executive who was taking his first real vacation in 10 years. The first day of the trip, he gets a fax from his assistant that simply states, "Your cat died." He looks at this short message in shock and immediately calls the assistant. He says, "Why in the world did you send me a fax that says your cat died?" "What do you mean?" the assistant replies. "Your cat did die." "But just don't blurt it out over the fax machine. When you've got bad news, for crying out loud, break it to a person gradually. Be more diplomatic. You've ruined my whole vacation." The assistant asks, "Well, then what should I have done?" Our distraught vacationer responds, "Prepare me for it a little bit. I mean, you could have sent a fax that said, your cat's on the roof. And then maybe an hour later, one that said, your cat fell off the roof. And then maybe a little bit after that, your cat's at the vet. And then a few hours later, it's more likely that I'll be ready for a fax that says your cat died. But please, break it to me more gently when you've got news like this." Okay, I'm sorry. I'll be more careful," the assistant says. 3 days later, another fax comes. It says, "Your mother's on the roof." So the story's about communication and our effective use of it. There are times when we really need to be diplomatic, and there are times when we really need to be direct. As a leader, you're the one setting the stage, setting the precedence for when communication needs to be direct and when it needs to be diplomatic. And we're all not going to get this right every single time. But the more we become mindful of it and the more we put some thought behind it, the better our chances are of having a really good outcome. Thanks for joining me today on Leadership Corner. I'm Dr. John Beiter, Executive Coach and Psychologist.